What is up, guys? You got Not the Worst here, bringing you a follow-up video to yesterday / last night's video that was out about the pirate loot chests. So we're a little over 4 hours after the event was scheduled to end, and it is currently still up and running. So that's very good news for those of us that were looking for the pirate chests in general. So it looks like the people that were saying it wasn't going to be ending since there wasn't maintenance to turn it off, and all the other events that are ending actually end next week after maintenance, and it does indeed say that it ends after maintenance. Looks like they were correct. So if you have not been doing this, or you just love the event and want to continue doing it, highly recommend it. Couple tips for it that I didn't mention in last week's video about it. Put your map on the 3D mode for it, because you can see a bigger radius around like what's in your area here, like kind of behind you and to the side. When you have it in 2D, you miss out on like a whole lot of the map. So definitely 3D, and then enlarge it if you need to. I didn't run enlarged for a long time because the enlarged one kind of like threw off the height, since it is a 3D map for me a little bit, and then eventually I adjusted it and got used to it, so I was able to pick up a lot more chests. But that definitely does help out once you get used to it. And then the other thing a lot of people are recommending is if you have a bird like this hawk bro right here, you can turn on his special ability right there, so he'll highlight the elites that pop up on the thing, and show you like exactly where it is. It's not necessarily helpful like if you're not seeing them, but it's definitely helpful in instances where you like can't quite find the chest, or the height of it is kind of off, or it's like buried under a mountain or something like that, and you can't quite tell exactly the direction to go to get it. He'll highlight the thing when you're near it, and then that helps. Also, when you'll find them in the trees sometimes, actually a lot of times they're in the trees, whoops, though, and you can't quite reach them, so you have to use range skills. Hopefully your class has enough of them to do it, and you're not sitting there waiting on like one cooldown. But if you use range skills and then just have like another loot pet, the hawk does not loot very well, by the way, if you have his special ability on. So pull out a second pet. You can see I just have the 2 on for that. But yeah, that way if you run into one that's in a tree, just use your range skills so that it opens the chest up, and then the pet will loot it for you, and then you're good to go. Another thing I want to note, I've never had so many undergeared strikers and mystics flag up on me for PvP than I have during this event. I highly recommend you don't do that. Number one, if you have worse gear score than me, you shouldn't be flagging up on anyone, in my opinion. Like, just don't do it. That's number one. Number two, it's not worth it. Like, the way the chests work is it's whoever has the most hits on it is going to loot it, right? So if there's 1 hit left on it, you kill your opponent. It does not matter that you did that. Like, if they got more hits on it before they died anyways, you can't loot it. Only they can loot it anyhow. So all you've kind of done is like, yeah, maybe you made sure they can't loot it if you're going to be a jerk and like camp it till it despawns, because they do despawn very quickly after they're open. Like, maybe you do that and you don't get to loot it, so, or you kill them again if they come up, but you're not going to get it either, and you just wasted time. Like, you should have just jumped on your horse, kept running to the next one, and then like go from there. And then there's other exceptions where like people like really like the server they've been on, or they've been grinding it for a while, and so have you, and then they come across you, so they decide to flag up. I mean, again, unless you're like soft cap geared, even then it's even if you're soft cap geared, it's literally not worth it. Like, just keep moving. These chests are so valuable that like flagging up on someone's like not worth it. I mean, go for it if you want to. I cannot tell you how many little strikers that like flag up on me, try to hit me, and they're not even like they don't even have boss gear or whatever, and I'm like, what are you doing? Like, they probably worked on so many other like non-geared players that were there that they kept doing it. And I've also had a couple people that melted me in 2 seconds. I think that happened like twice in the last 2 weeks, where they actually bothered flagging up. One was like, I didn't see that the guy was on the chest exactly. I saw that there was a chest there, started running over to it, and then when I saw a guy was already punching it, I was like, all right, cool. So I turned around, went to go run back to my horse, and I like opened my menu, and then the bro, after opening the chest, then flagged up on me, ran up from behind me, and then he just did striker things, and I was on the ground for 3 seconds and dead. So there was that. But yeah, don't recommend it. If you're in it for money, it's kind of a waste. If you're in it for PvP, probably go to Arsha server or whatever. I mean, do whatever you want, really. Play the game how you want to play. I'm just telling you, if you want the best value out of it, it is not worth flagging up, because it's going to take more hits than the other person. So if they're already on the chest before you, unless it's like a warrior, then they likely have done at least 50% of the chest's health before you get up to them anyways. So yeah, there's that. Get out there, get some chests, man. Hopefully we have another week of it. I was checking Black Desert Twitter this morning to see if they said anything about the event be extending or maintenance or whatever. The one caveat I'm going to put out with this is that the new events, I don't see any details about those either. There were supposed to be 2 new events that started today as well. But those events, the events typically start at like 7 p.m. Eastern time. Each maintenance, it's usually not directly after maintenance. New events usually start like well, questing events usually start like that night after maintenance set. So those may be turned on at maybe 7 p.m. tonight. The only thing that had time specification was that this chest event was definitely supposed to end at what was it, 4 a.m. Eastern, and it's after 8 a.m. It's like 8:30 a.m. or something right now while I'm recording this. So it does look like it's up. Get out there, get you some chests going. Hopefully we get another week of it and everybody makes another billion in items from there. So that's gonna be it for this video. Be sure to like it if you enjoyed it. If you haven't joined us in this community yet, make sure to subscribe to it to pick up more videos. I try to put out stuff like this as soon as I hear about it, when I'm able to, and then other than that, we do patch note recap videos. We do some gear discussion videos, we do some guides and stuff, and all kinds of cool stuff on this channel. So make sure to check it out, subscribe to it if you want to catch more stuff. That's gonna be it for this video. Everybody, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.